that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
10 of Yeke, they put them myself in the room. Only one person will come out. They lock the door. They put 10 of Yeke and myself in room with his health condition and my health condition. Now, they put us in the room. 10 of Yeke. They put us in the room. Only one person will come outside, and it will be me. I'm not scared of Yeke. I'm not afraid of Yeke. And let me tell you the truth. When I was with Weah, where gun did not kill me, I will be with Jesus. Gun kill me now. I'm more powerful than I was 1996.
You think you can make me scared? You fought war. As I'm making out for war. And fighting war, people talk one with hell. So you kill people, you are not wrong for killing them. Because when they see you fight, they will kill you. I have not discussed it. You see what I bring the problem, right? I don't discuss people, they don't want to start with me. When I start, they don't say you get a problem. I think I ever come on again. They will ride enjoy ourselves. We come and go back to my mirror here to go enjoy ourselves, right? I come on again, and here one calling money, one again, what do you want? Come, I beg you. Don't waste time. Don't let me leave for you before you do that, man. I don't get here like in Nima today. When I see Yeka was slapping, I spent 1 week in Nima running cafe. I spent 1 week in Nima going from play to play. But when he knew that I let you take one naked, I respect as my in-law. But if you want to take advantage of it, it will not be all right.
For them to know that most of those children that are behind Yeke, because of the poverty national government is projecting to our young people. They can come and give them $10 a day, and the children will move from behind what they're doing to be walking behind them. But it will not be all the good children. But tomorrow, if anything happens, people are going to blame it on motorcyclists, while Yeke will be back in Monrovia drinking his wine or doing something else. If any negative thing happens now, they're going to blame motorcyclists. So I have called on the motorcyclist leadership If those guys are not among them, let them tell us. If those guys are local hustlers on motorcycle in this community, let them stop them from being behind him in such number. It is not good for the president, our president, to be in this enclosed environment and such things going on.
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
The judge ascribed unto himself an authority that he doesn't have. When specific provisions of the Constitution are raised as subject matter of discussion in a trial, a court of limited jurisdiction, specifically a trial court, does not have the authority to interpret the Constitution. That authority is ascribed to the full bench of the Honorable Supreme Court. So today, the judge had indeed agreed that the former officials of government are immune from any criminal prosecution or judicial inquiry for acts committed or acts carried out while serving as members and statutory members of the National Security Council and principal advisors and agents of the presidency. That immunity of the president that extends to the advisors of the president and the agent, that immunity can never be subjected to judicial review in a court of law. The courts shall refrain from conducting inquiry on the basis that any attempt will compromise national security.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Grateful to God Almighty. He is the God who keeps watch over us We thank him for everything that he has done, continues to do, and will continue to do, because he is the God Almighty. He kept watch over us last night, and he brought us to this time. He continues to keep watch over the family of Kings 88.5. We are grateful. We acknowledge his goodness, his loving kindness. Not only that, but the responsibility to make society better. So we've got it, we own it, and we will face it head on, irrespective of what it is, who are involved, how they receive it. None of our business is up to them, but society must get better. It is an obligation. We are grateful to God. Barbara Rose Stanford, Brooklyn, New York. Matthew Choloplay, good to have you on. Thank you so very much. Let's go on. Mofley Cisse, Matilda Stevens, Nevet Pevet, Juje Oneware, that's Johnny Brower, Juje Oneware, Johnsonville, Lawrence Spencer, Maryland, Harper City, T-Max, Zuckerberg, William, Japan Freeway, Battery Factory, Faith, Kelvin, Bappin, Block A, 189, Winetown. Where is that? Dinah Davids, Manhattan, New York, Navarro's M, Toronto, Jackson C. Poning, Iron Factory, Block C, community member of Block Titan, alongside the everlasting chairman for life, common chairman, common citizen, Romancio Latupan, Cannibal, or Rico, for sure. Good to have you guys on the show. Gate, Do Community, Bappin Paul, Lee, Johnsonville, Kude Williams, Heron T. Todd, Junior Carwell, Samuel Light Cooper, Gabriel Mann, Mr. and Mrs. Gabriel Mann. You are on both the television and radio, and your house is light up to the show. Good to have you guys on the family. Asada Miller, Red Light, and the protocol just long can run down all. Got a couple of things to talk about. So we appreciate all of you. You're so extraordinary. You're so massive. You're so good. You're so loving. Thank you all. You are our inspiration. We can do without you. We appreciate your presence with us from morning to night. We are headed. Martin Luther King talked about the future before Martin Luther King God, but Martin Luther King in the context of the culture he finds himself in, he and his people, he said, we got some difficult days ahead, but I'm not afraid. So yes, we can say the same thing. We got some difficult days ahead, because when you have people against your move, they will try to make it difficult, but your determination will always lead you through. It's not going to be easy. Life is not a walk in the park. No, it's associated with a number of things. But your ability to understand the situation and move forward makes it better. So we are on. We are headed towards 2029. Before then, we are facing our opponents, just as they are facing us from the other side. We have some shortcomings. It is normal in life. No one is 100% good, 100% island. Everybody needs everybody, and it is not wrong at all. There isn't any shame in that. There's nothing that forbids that you can reach out to people if you don't have it and you need to have it. There are too many lines in the Bible for that, from Genesis to Revelation. You see God himself instructing, say, you like this, go to this place, go to this person, go to this community, say this and say that. So we've got off the ground the King Support Basket. That's how it is called. And those of you who have been asking, everything is okay now. The send wave is for those of you out of Liberia, +231 555 885 885. Yeah, we say mobile morning 0555 885 885. Orange mobile morning 0777 017 885. Again, the send wave +231 555 885 885. Mobile money, yeah, 0555 885 885. Orange mobile money 0777 017 885. We need you, and you have always been good, been supportive. We appreciate it. Let's work together as we head into 2029. Before we get into what we've got, too many things are unfolding. The King's Cash giveaway, the jackpot, you want to hit it. It is Wednesday. You want to get your 10,000 and also 5,000, good amount, 15,000. So you want to start playing, play as many times as you can, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It is as simple to hit the jackpot. Just put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you play this way: *799 *24 hatch. That's all. *79 and *24 hatch, and then you are in. Then you play as many times as you can, and you will hit the jackpot. Start now if you haven't. It's Wednesday. 15,000 your Liberian dollars. 15,000. So yesterday was a great day, a divine day. We thank God, and all of you did extremely well. A great appreciation to all of you, good, caring, loving people, for the blessing, best wishes, gifts. You did extremely well. Everyone did extremely well. I appreciate every one of you in Liberia, out of Liberia. You did so well. Matthew Choloplay, Ed Moka, all of you great people, all of my sisters. Yeah, you did extremely well. And yesterday, yes. You guys, you people are good people, great people. Yeah. You guys are the ones who inspire us. That's why we are thrilled by your presence. You're doing extremely well. So we think about you people every day. We sacrifice for you people. The moral support that you give, we are in tools. And so we do it for you people. We had 2 incidents yesterday. You see, people hear you on the radio, they see you on the television, and they are inspired by what you do, but they not in the position to see you readily. So they take advantage of opportunity when it comes their way. Yesterday, can you imagine? I have all along heard Man CC, and I had not seen her before. So it was my first time. Let me say thank you so much, Man CC. You did extremely well. She came with several gifts. Yeah, Man CC came with several gifts. She did extremely well. I didn't know. After the show, in the newsroom, preparing to come on the air with the 6 o'clock news. And then we got the notification that somebody here to see you. And as it is the custom, the person will have to wait until we leave the air. So when we got through, in the lobby, the person is sitting, the lady is sitting, and I'm going outside. And then coming back inside, the person greeted the voice, a tender voice, and say, hello. Yeah. Say, are you the same Andrews? Since that was a female voice, I wasn't afraid. Probably I would have been afraid if that was a male voice, and I would have said, no, this is not the same Andrews, because we have to be very careful. Even though some of the female can come as reconnaissance, but you wouldn't want to think anything suspicious right away. So I said, yes. And then she said, oh, I'm the Man CC. And I was excited. So I wake up and give me a hug. At least it is a history and a blessing for me to see you, apart from hearing your voice. And that was a great moment, great occasion. I appreciate it. At least I've seen Man CC now. I can tell anybody that, oh yes, I've seen Man CC. Yes, I thought a couple of months ago, I think it was last year, and Compton brought her on the show. So I was listening to the promo and I said, oh, okay, but then Saturday will be a good time because I'm here Saturday too to do some work. But other things got in between, so I didn't arrive in time to see my CC. When I got in, the show was over and she was gone. So yesterday it was a great time. Thank you so much, my CC. I appreciate that. And another one, this lady, according to her, she hasn't called before. She hasn't called into the show. She has never done that. But she will always follow the show. Patience Wisner from say Lynch Street. Patient came with a great stuff. It was, how they call that, Newton, I think they call it that Nathan food, Adino, eh? We had Adino. Yeah. A supper, it's called supper, eh? Okay, a supper. So Patient brought a trail with different kinds of bread, cake, and all of the other things associated with it. And we were excited. We had a good time in the newsroom with Patience. Thank you so much, Patience. It was my first time seeing her too. The first time seeing me, the first time seeing her. Thank you so much. That inspired us. We had that discussion until we left. Because one of the things that encouraged us, and my director of news, our director of news, Shemodio will bring it out. He said, if you look at the people who really show concern, and not the ones, and not the bigger ones, and not the top brass. The top brass really don't have time, or as far as they're concerned, okay, yeah, those guys over there, they are King 7 people, and everything is okay. So, but these people and the real people that you see that love they have for the station and the people who work at the station, they'll share the little. Yes, thank you so much, Patience. I appreciate everything. You did extremely well. At least I saw you people in person. Yeah, so I see your Osana. Yeah, with your sharp voices. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you people. So in Liberia, they can say the birthday and yeah, even though the day passed, but at the month. And in Newton, and what I can say in Liberia, yeah, the day can pass, but you stay in a month. Yeah. So those of you people who, yeah, for whatever reason, you know, you can stay chip your stuff in. Yeah, we'll still receive it. So time is of the essence. Let's get started. We find ourselves in a grudge period. The government has grudge. Anything and everything centered on grudge. Clatus Noah burial is the first talking point. Clatus Noah burial. The government put it on hold. It was arranged for June. The burial was set for June. One of the brothers, or this brother called Tonzo, accused some CDC officials of having a hand in his brother's death. Some Unity Party people, in no time he made that accusation, believed it, and went politicizing it by saying that Clatus Noah was a possible or potential witness in the trial that is ongoing of Samuel Weah and others. The family will move to dismiss that claim, or any claim of foul play, rejected any move for autopsy, and was arranging for his burial, his funeral and burial. The government soon stepped in, requested the family to wait, to do no burial until the cause of Clatus Noah's death is known. The family, for whatever reason, timid or scared, I don't know, but they somersaulted on the earlier position, and they now agreed that an autopsy be done on the body of Clatus Noah, who served as special assistant in the office of former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Weah. One of the persons the brother Tonzo accused is Len Eugene Nangwe, the now Chief of Office Staff in the office of former President George Weah. Len Eugene Nangwe dismissed that and welcomed an investigation and will call for a neutral pathologist or pathologist to conduct the autopsy on the body of Clatus Noah. That is the reason Clatus Noah has not been buried. The government said it wants to know the cause of death because the brother said somebody tamper with Clatus Noah. It wasn't the government or Unity Party people that raised the issue earlier. The government took advantage. They took advantage of what came out. They took advantage of what came out. Because the brother came out and said some CDC officials know about it and he was specific, the government already looking for some kind of opportunity to get at CDC people. They said, good, we can hang on this. Already we have the case. So this man, or they did. Let's portray it so that we have a claim why they should not proceed with the burial. So the propaganda, as I told you about, and you people think that it is not working, their propaganda is working. You in the opposition, if you can come out with your propaganda to counter theirs, well, sit down. They are encroaching on you gradually. They are pushing you to the wall. You will sit down there and do nothing. At the end of the day, you will suffer it. So they say, we already running through the case. We already have it. So we can capitalize on this. And their propaganda went all over the place. They say Clatus Noah could have been a possible state witness or to testify in the case. Clatus Noah, they know why Clatus Noah XY, they just start to spray it anyway. They started spraying it. The man could have been a potential or a possible witness. The man could have been this. The man was this. The man was that. The temper with the man. Some of the people, we listen to the podcast. We watched the podcast. We read out on Facebook, and they sprayed. The government now said, no burial. Let's go into the autopsy. So Eugene is saying, no problem. We respect the government. What we will not give into is the government doing the autopsy, because the government will come out and say, this man was tampered with this and that. Because when you bring in your own person, that person works at your will and pleasure. There is nothing independent. Once you can bring in your own person, that is why when people want to do something to somebody, they don't give them the space to operate anything independent. So Nangbe said, no problem, but let it be a neutral pathologist. I can remember, I think in Ellen's time, they had that whole same stuff. They had a couple of situations, and then they brought in their pathologists, and then they said, no, we want a neutral pathologist. Then what did the government say? They said, okay, y'all will pay for the pathologist, and it might cost around 25 to 30,000. So that's the strategy they were using, because the government has the money they can afford bringing the pathologist or pathologists in, and the accused wouldn't have. So the strategy they will come up with, say, okay, if you want a neutral person, we've got no problem, but you will shoulder the responsibility of bringing in the pathologist. So that's what it is. That's the first pointer. Kofa and others indicted. They are accused of multiple counts. The trial will now take place before Judge Roosevelt Willett. The government insists that it had sufficient evidence to prove that Kofa and his colleagues burned the portion of the Capitol building so badly. The accused have since denied any wrongdoing. It will now commence in the August term of court. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. It's 10,000, 5,000 Liberian dollars, 15,000. You want to get it. And as you play, we also give you some money. As you play, we also give you some money. We give you some money because you are a frequent player. You're always playing. You continue to play. So we move to encourage you, to motivate you so that you play the more. So those are the three pointers. Two. Let's talk. Hello. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, fine. You want to lower your radio or cut it off, please? I beg you. Yeah, you get radio around there, but then what sound is so? Yeah, let them cut it off. The money low it. Let them cut it off. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm Sam Andrews. I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings FM 88.5. What is your name?
Augustine Tume.
Augustine Tume.
Yeah.
Augustine, you've been playing the King's Cash giveaway?
Yeah.
And how often you have played? How many times you now play?
5 times.
5 times, eh?
Yeah.
And you always playing?
Yeah.
Okay. So we send you 1,000. Yeah? 1,000. Check your account. So you continue playing. Yeah? Yeah. And as you continue playing, you win 10,000 and then 5,000 and then who knows. So continue playing, yeah? All right. So check your account, your 1,000 there. So you can, you can drink your laser drink. Then you play again, yeah? Okay. So let's go to the state barrier, the 2 state barriers, the 2 state barriers. When you are so, how do I say it? But when you just not organized in life, people use you. People make fun of you. The 2 state barriers, barriers, if you look at it, one was a fun fair, the other was representative of state barrier. The other was a party-driven thing. It was to score political points, but scoring that point unnecessarily because it did not achieve the purpose. On the other side, it did achieve the purpose. It was organized. It got almost the entire country in attendance. On the other side, it was chaotic. So you see, I'm talking about the reburial of slain President Samuel Doe and the burial of his wife, and the reburial memorialization. How they call that place? Is that a mausoleum or something of the Talbot? The countryman reburial was chaotic. The Congo man reburial was classic. It was attended by members of the diplomatic corps. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was in attendance, followed by scores of people. While on the other side, it was chaotic. But yeah, some of the features. The Congo man's reburial. There are no yeke, no butt naked, no fighting, no threats, nobody saying you put me and yeke in one room. I will count also hello. You didn't see. Oh yeah, that put me a yeke in one room. 10 of yeke in one room. I will count also. You didn't hear people rejecting gay. You didn't hear people insulting and saying this person killed my mother. This person killed my father. This person took everything. He wanted to take hold of my father's property. You did not hear any one of those features or noise. You see the difference between the Congo people and the natives? You see it? You see why you need to come to your senses? Nothing. It was a classic. Even though they had something which we'll come to. But that was the yeah. that was the situation. One was chaotic and poorly attended. The other was peaceful, well attended. It attracted hundreds of people. Grand Jide. Grand Jide was poorly attended. Grand Jide wasn't well organized. Grand Jide was chaotic. Unity Party people helped to mess everything up over there, acting like they are so faithful and protective of the party and the president. They did not know that they were elevating, or they elevated the chaotic atmosphere. Watch the event yesterday and look at Grand Jide event. To the extent Joe Penner did not go there and some other people did not, from the county, did not turn out. Least to say those, the surviving members in Doe government or that work in Doe government, they weren't there because it was a hijack political situation to score political points. Look at the two events. So you see it. It was too pathetic. Very. What they got from there now? What the Doe family got? What they going back with? The people only, you allow the people, you allow yourself to be used because you think this person did not do it. So this person must do it because you want it. And the person helped to make the fun of you. What did Grand Jide take from that now? What impact? What did it leave with Grand Jide? Because that is it. That is the essence of that. They're using the word reconciliation because that's what the politician does. The politician makes you to feel stupid. The politician bring out words and allow you to use the word that they're using. What impact it made on Grand Jida County? What did it leave with Grand Jida? Everything about Grand Jida was chaotic. Look at the Congo boys. You saw it. Why Ellen didn't go over there? Why did they not invite Ellen and other people? But you saw the Congo boys. They're sitting down, they're enjoying themselves. It's just how it went. Look at how peaceful, how colorful it was. Look at the people in the attendance. Look at that gathering. The president said national rebellion. Why didn't the rest of the people show up who were down there? You know why? They felt that it was not necessary. And nobody could force them. But this one of the Talbot, look at that gathering. Go back and look at the attendees. Look at the people who were there. Look at the kind of treatment given. The Talbots and other people, even though they changed the name or the expression, they avoided saying the Titan officials Samuel Doe killed at the Barclay Training Center, as if we don't know. Thank God for technology. So people spreading it all over now, all over the killing of those Titan people on the pole. You don't hide anything within the world technology. You can use you can paraphrase, but you can paraphrase a past event. The Doe family, Veronica Mami Doe, what do you gain now? You gain absolutely nothing. You brought unnecessary, you allow Unity Party people to use you against your own family to the extent now there is a rift in the family. Zopena didn't show off. Other people before them, the family was divided. There is, I am told, they're trying to settle some things because there is still deep satisfaction within the family. You went everywhere ranting, running from radio station to radio station, getting on Facebook, saying all kinds of things on the day of the funeral, before the funeral, the former funeral. I think that one they call it weekend. What they were doing. You say, oh, Zopena stole ritually the casket of your mother and your father. And Unity Party people were excited. They started to run with it again. What it left with you people? What did it bring to Grand Jida County? What impact? What's the reconciliation it left with the people of Grand Jida County, with the Doe's family? It was just a political stunt. That's why in life you have to be very careful. You ran from place to place. You ran. You went to Executive Mansion to see Boaka. You went there with the other people. You ran on the side. You talk all over the place. They say reconciliation. What is the reconciliation now? They say they gave your father befitting burial. That is not a befitting burial. The befitting burial is what they did yesterday. Madam, you are educated. You stay long in the United States. I think you went to some of the good universities over there. You know. They look at the event yesterday and look at your Grand Jida own. One event was classic, well organized. Almost all of the politicians in this country, majority of the members of the diplomatic corps, everybody was in attendance. They say state burial. Look at your father own. Your father led this country as president. Tobo led this country as president. Because Boaka worked with the two of them, so he decided to give his two favorite state burial. But look at what came from Grand Jida, or what unfolded before Grand Jida, in Grand Jida, and after Grand Jida. You're sitting and you think. When we're telling you the people who wanted to score political capital from it, and you never had sense, you are just ranting all over the place, running from place to place, talking, saying all kinds of stuff. What did they leave with Grand Judah County? How did they reconcile Grand Judah County? Nothing. Grand Judah County stayed the same. Your father would have been nice, which the country would have accepted a memorial. A memorial. But they say they gave your father reburial, state reburial, when his remains, no one knows where he was buried. Oh, come on. So that's how the atmosphere went. And I heard something. I didn't see it, but I heard that it was a little confused situation at the Talbot event with Yomlikanga Lawrence, the speaker, Richard Kuhn, think that the protocol recognized or called for a representation from the legislature, and Richard Kuhn woke up to talk, and they said the protocol soon requested the pro tem. I think I heard of that confusion. But let me just make you to know whether that truly happened that way. If the pro tem went to speak, or the call, and then the speaker went out to talk, and then he was interrupted, and the recognition went to the pro tem. Assume it happened that way. Assume. Let's just assume for discussion's sake it happened that way. Then you'll say that was not right. The speaker is the third man by our governance structure. The speaker is the spokesperson for the legislature. Just so you know, the speaker is the third person by our structure. The third person is not the pro tem. The pro tem is not the third person. The speaker is the third person. Therefore, the speaker becomes the voice or the official spokesperson of the legislature. So if a remark that will come from the legislature, the speaker goes to speak. The pro tem cannot. Why? Because the pro tem is not the third person. The pro tem is the special assistant. The pro tem is the special assistant of the president of the Senate, and the president of the Senate is the vice president. The pro tem, the expression, just so you know, let me tell you, you know what it means? It is a Latin phrase. It is a Latin phrase or Latin expression, and it simply means for the time being. That's what it means, for the time being. So here is it. Yomlikanga Lawrence is just a mere person. But because most part of the country will not research, so they'll think because is a pro tem, then she very big person. No. It simply means for the time being. And it is used for a person who is temporarily filing or filling a position in the absence of the person who has that place. That's why they say pro tem or pro tempore, whichever way. It is not permanent. No. It often describes someone acting in the place of another person who is temporarily unavailable. That's why when the vice president is in the Senate, do you see the vice president sitting down and Yomli Kanga presiding? No, she leaves. She goes to sit in her seat as senator. When the vice president is not there, then she moves to preside, meaning she's there temporarily. When the vice president is in the Senate, she leaves from there, she goes and sits down. The vice president, when she puts her hand up, the president of the Senate, who is the vice president, can ignore her as many times as he recognizes other people. He will not say because she is the pro tem, so she's recognized. No, she will be treated like any other senator sitting over there. So in a political context or legislative context, she is the special assistant. She filled the void in the absence of the president of the Senate. But she is not the spokesperson. So when they call in for a remarks from the legislature, the person that goes up to speak is the speaker. So what I heard, if that is true, then it means that maybe Rachel Kun speakership, maybe his inner cycle or his master and people around him, they're not too comfortable because anything can change anytime the hard lives look. Anything can change. Yomli Kanga Lawrence, just so you know, that what they call pro tem, your sticker in your ear, pro tem, it means filling the position of the person who has that place that is not there. It is temporary. It is not permanent. No. No. So they say, like, you say, okay, let me give you, those of you who can follow. So now AB will call Newton and say, Newton should produce the show because he wouldn't be. So Newton is the pro tem of the show, the pro tem of face the issue, meaning that Newton is only there for that time because AB is not available. So he becomes the pro tem. He's just there for that time. His position is not permanent. He's not there permanently. That's why you look at it in the Senate. When the president of the Senate there, you can see Yomli Kanga sitting on the same desk with the president, with the vice president. She sits up there. She goes to her seat. So when the event is on, when there is an event and the call for remarks from the legislature, the speaker goes to speak and not the pro tem. If what I hear, if that is true, if that event or it happened at that event, then it means that Rachel Kun is gradually on sinking sand. It's gradually, yeah. If that happened, because you can be the speaker, the third person. You in a gathering, they call the legislature, remarks from the legislature. You going up, then the protocol person said no, they pro tem. It means they gradually losing confidence in you. That's what it is, yeah. So you know that if that happens, well, and that what I heard, and I just thought to share my idea on that, so you'll know what what a pro tem is. Yeah, what a pro tem is nothing extra. It only means for time being, that all. When you're acting in the stead of another person, you are a pro tem. You are a pro tem. If for whatever reason I can't continue the show and I tell Newton so, and Newton come and sit, Newton is the pro temp, meaning he's there for that time to complete the show. Anything temporary is a pro temp. That's why they can say, you can use the word anyway. Yeah, you can use it in church, you can use it at radio station, you can use it at business, you can use it just anywhere. It just means for a time being. For a time being, it say, be here, take care of this until we come back in 3 hours. Meaning, it is not permanent by law. No, you just a keeper. You managing it for somebody. You are a steward. Simple. Let's, what do we have here? Another memorial service is coming up. We'll talk that after you have your say. Molly CCC representative, their seat. I don't know what you mean by that. Matthew Choloplay said Richard Kuhn is a cow, so Walker doesn't have respect for him. Bokolo Collins writes, the Congo people will not allow any native man to speak. Oh, yeah? Jean McBorough said, desperados will always eat the crumbs. After 7 failed marriages and age of calendar, Jean McBorough, I beg you, man. That don't put out already there, man. Beg you, don't say that to me. Elizabeth Tojira said the Civil War has ended, but left behind hatred, division, and violence. JNB just went to create animosity among the families and make mockery of them. Samuel Hollywood said, once in a while, yeah, once in a while, I listen to some top radio talk shows from Liberia. This helped me to understand what is happening in motherland. Okay. So that's it. Those are the pointers. Those are the pointers I thought to share with you today. Clatus Noah, burial on whole autopsy said. Kofa and others indicted now. And the hearing comes on in the August term of court. The 2 state reburials, one chaotic, the other classic. It's your time to have your say. Then we talk the next state reburial all over the place. Reburial all over the place. And it's not a good sign, no. It's not a good sign at all. Burial is not something that you take pleasure in to do. It's not a good sign. Let's get to you. So the King's support basket is on now. You can help us whichever way you can. And those of you here, it's not only catch, but you can also give whatever, a Raymond sheet, whatever, anything, because probably you may not have the money. You may say, but I can afford one Raymond sheet. Yes, we appreciate it. And we thank you for that. And God will bless you for that. So you just walk to King's and then say, this is my one Raymond sheet. You will be recorded, because just like AB told you last night, that That's not something with you just get your money and then no. We will tell you everything. Yeah. Got a money business, the integrity thing, yeah, and that small thing. Yeah. You can send your money now, then we can tell you. So at the close of the day now, then we'll tell you, say, yeah, oh, we received this and that. Thank you ever so much. We appreciate you. Let's continue working together. Just like that. So we accept materials too, apart from the money. Yeah. So let's go to the line on 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 4497. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a Popo Corner, Town Coastal Hill, Weah community. Mr. Andrew, I think you and I were here, and if I'm not mistaken, we might have read The Rise and Fall of the First Republic, written by Dr. Joseph C. Guano. Just what he portrayed in that book is what happened yesterday. Look, this whole issue, the burial issue here, it was centered around. It was about how to bury President Richard Howard Thomas. The Congo people never wanted to remain to that place. So they just brought that thing and just attached Doe to it to make it look like Doe was significant. But the whole thing was not about Doe. That's why they portrayed, you saw the whole thing. It was not about Doe. It was about reburying Thomas. Because the people always take us to be country people, and country people are not good for power. Therefore, we must never play around power. That's why they identified yesterday.
Thank you.
People always take us to be second class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrews. That's exactly what it did.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening. Good afternoon, Sir Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah, Peter Robert calling from Joseph.
Nice to hear you.
My brother, yeah, left the line say, oh, that's true. They just pull in a way, so you say, oh, we bury Joe, we do repair to make the grand people happy. But I'm doing business. So I probably Congo boys for America that working in the government that stealing the Congo resources, so our attention can be there. They say, oh, they will go and buy 40,000 cars. While the people hungry because in where that they really came to also a grand okay, they enter class. Then mommy do what she go to school, she are educated. Then she be fool and the people then they use her. See the way play for her. Now when you play for her, my brother. When you play no they so that play for her, when you play now don't tell me to play for her. That don't tell me you know play for her. When you play
okay, madam. Thank you. Let's bring on your sister. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, you say, oh, you know the children they get wrong, they know how to have. Mommy say you will be disgracing Weah, and now Weah you will be disgracing. Nah, they tell you that they okay, over better to bury them, over better have there. That is what make it, that is put in your eye. That is the grace of people. And that is the grace that yourself, the grace of person, or who said, was the educated, was a fish, was to say anything. But bring two more inside. That mother that already again was 40,000 class. That is bad your people say your farm I go in a pay what is born air. They never free air. You should already show. They be very farm. Your farm get pressure people, mommy.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
And Peter David Castle across from another street light in Lower Johnsonville. Mr. Sam Andrew, the rescue agenda has turned to a reburial agenda. I don't know what is interest Joseph Walker has seen in the reburying and of those park officials that did themselves and the executors. So the bigger question now is, where is the source of the money? Because yesterday, when other people were using money to build the capacity of the Liberian people, they were asking a hard question. So today, we are asking Joseph Walker, where is he getting the money from to carry on a multiplicative case of reburying? Because they are using millions of dollars to just rebury past officials, and nothing is coming to the Liberian people. It's not going to benefit. There's no economic and a dividend for that.
Thank you, sir.
What is the interest of that? So just
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. This particular question.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Andrews, Pastor Cooper from Balance of Precisely. Yeah, my thing is that there's a waste of resources. Hello?
You are on the air, Chief.
Yeah, because we look at the character that we want to honor. You must be honest to your conscience as a person, as a human being. Look at the characters that you want to honor. Tolbert, I don't have the luxury of time, but please, I beg you. Tolbert was the president for the World Baptist Alliance. If you listen to one woman called the Reverend Mother Wilhelmina Tukle, she prophesied against Tolbert. That God told her that Tolbert walking still was filled with blood. He killed his daughter. And that what you are using for power. So they deny him for entering the fake healing temple church. So other folks around know that story. In fact, I got somebody just posted that on the Facebook. Tolbert killed his daughter. It brought conflict between he and his wife between Tolbert. So that kind of character. And he denied Israel, God's nation.
Okay, Chief.
Yeah, so this, I don't have a lot of time. So why are you wasting your time? They will go back to do. They will, in fact, stay in power and they walk in when they circle to Mali and Guinea for satanic power to protect on the throne. So God brought people to their grave. Why are you honoring the dead like that? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, 38 years, 3 years in jail. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but we said the thing. We said it. The people working. You're taking for a joke. So Rita, yeah, she's referred to her as Rita Williams, 38. Rita Williams, 38, accused of drug smuggling, 100,000. They claim the value of the drugs, and she has been sentenced to 3 years, 6 months in jail. The Morovia Central Prison, and they are displaying her photos. She's in her CDC t-shirt and her beret. So you wonder if this was a Unity Party person. Would they sentence her? No. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Thank you. We were on to. And let me say thanks also to the King Seven family for the brilliant work doing for the Liberian people. For the recognitions for the public, I'm Pocat Robert. And I don't use this even for our unknown destinations. You know, we were onto the question like a little very lovable, but it's serious. If that was the partisan, was they going to face persecution?
Yeah, the people were called Rita. You know the lady. You know Rita Williams.
No, I don't know her. I can't encounter her, but I don't really know her.
They have a photo spread all over in CDC, a t-shirt, and beret.
The people who know whole activity or screen. What they call it? Get screen, they get ability, they get intellect. To get carry fake propaganda and carry propaganda and feel that they can succeed. They have to do it. That the difference between them and George Weah. George Weah is not a president for CDC. George Weah was a president for everybody, entire Liberia. That if you are for a party, and not only because you did wrong, but what your need is in that particular act, you will be investigated. It happened to some of us. It happened to us because of people like you. George Weah never said, oh, because Poca can call really tough for me, so people will learn Poca, then you'll be safe. George Weah said, Poca face investigation. When he vindicated, no problem. We went to jail and our lawyer vindicated us. That's what we have to do. But say we doesn't kill our brother.
what Boga did. Boga have rewarded with Johnson. And no, you got care about Momotama in Lofa. What Boga did again? Boga rewarded them. That's the difference between them. What we are. You see, eh? When I went to the point, you see, people do I listen to the caricature or purported element in power called a regime. Yeah, but we just laugh. But we know that all around the political economy again hold. You going for last barrel and read barrel or coming back barrel. How you get ready free me, we really know. But we want to know what the economic dividend that people must say more play.
All right, Poker Ramos.
Your president, your president. What is the economic dividend bringing to our country and our suffering people?
Thank
you. Have people, children, lacking today to get to the school. People, family have been sacked on job.
Thank you, Poga. Let's bring on your colleague.
Let me conclude.
You've talked long. Let's bring on the next person. Yeah, I beg you, Chief. Hello. Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Clatus Noah speaking from Logan Broad Street. Yeah, to the read bearer, I just want to remind President Joseph Bogart, when the government has budget set for read bearer, I want to remind him that we might not forget about Justice Joe. We want him for him to give me another biscuit bearer too. Thank you.
Okay, good. The reburial, yeah, that's more. You may come in over another one. You're relaxed. I think that it is set for July 5th. July 5th. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. This is my calling. Sometimes you do not believe these criminals called themselves unity partisans. There could be a set of giving to tell you people, oh, you tell us these people they are just they're selling drugs. It's possible that person could be their own partisan. They used to do that and get them in CDC clothes. So if they're now more selling drugs, so in CDC attack carrying a drug, does that make any sense? That people say that CDC and they are the center. No, not all. Sometimes those things are premature discussion. No way that will be my CDC attack and go sell drugs. It making no sense. Hello.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so for me, I don't believe that person is a sedition.
No, they did not say what the court have the sentencing. Listen now, the sentencing from the court today did not say she was selling drug in CDC t-shirt or in CDC whatever CDC. Their people, the court sentenced her to 3 years, 6 months in jail. So Unity Party propagandists now taking the photo and spreading it that Sedition was involved in drug and she's gone to jail. That's the kind of people they are. That's the kind of government we had. That's all.
Okay. And then that go back to the issue of the reburial. As I sometimes already said the thing about old man Broker. I want to hear lost in the sense of reasoning. Though it's not the only Liberian citizen that died. Though when he get a reburial to the innocent children that don't talk and put in the hole in Tucson, when he gave reburial to the people that he killed in the church,
Chief.
When he also gave reburial to the 13 or listed men.
My man, the man finished. The man going ahead. Why you be asking questions? The man doing why you doing?
Then he rewarded the whole family for killing innocent people 150,000.
Thank you, Chief.
Is that anything?
Hello.
I think we did that day.
Yeah, Mansisi?
Yeah, I did.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, you made an impression on me. Thank you so much. At least I saw you.
Okay, we bless God. No, like what we can do, woman.
Let's hear you.
And to my woman, clap for yourself. I'm saying for the woman. The men show up, my sister said show up for the woman. So we stand in the gap, the woman same argue.
Yeah, the men show up.
The man show up.
Mazizi,
you see, man, like many power say Andrew. I
Masisi, yo, why you say the man ain't show off?
But it's show off. You for woman. Woman start for yourself on the platform.
But you know, the man can operate diplomatic way.
But man, they put them, they are shameless people, man. They power, they get don't do that, man. You see to them, man. I was shame them on the platform. Yeah, they do well for the men. But we will stay in the gap for the women. According to the plan. That may be a general. Yeah, same as you, I want to all Joseph Boake to stop what he's doing.
You know, see the many masses. Boake. Yeah, but I like that. I like how it sounds, Boake.
That is what he's doing, my brother. No, we are out here touching the hell. Because second, again, they're now putting the soup now. Them as you when you hear justice, it's not easy. When you get it found out to be bad meeting out there, you got to manage it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. You got to manage the found out. Then you get soup, so you can eat that restaurant. So you go for two justice, putting the soup to be that soup a little bit no good. When you set it fast. You can eat me now in the country. Nobody will take that care of that market, above fish, above this. So that Boake stop spending our resources, our money. We suffer, we call it, okay, go to the Paul Liberia. They voted upon Weah. They say, oh, we are they brought it to power. And I always say the election was stolen by the election commission and they made it brought a database. I continue to say this. And poker, which coming one, I need to talk. So, my brother Andrew, I want to say more. Then you start breaking ground, start causing in our country. We back in here. We not get any project to do. Let me family and say that. We're not forcing for people in life. Oh, they pay. So breaking ground, causing every of our country, breaking ballet, burying there, this and that. It's wrong. Let me stop it. It's not teaching the black people who suffering here. Nothing is doing for us. They start teaching us. Let's just see how they call and start playing for us. The people saying burying. So it's very tough. What they did for us. Look, I saw something on Facebook like you were saying. Last 13 men were getting there. Look, affair bar yesterday. We hold on last affair bar. That one man was giving a heart attack. If he died, what I say, he carried more bullets. You think, oh, mommy, do you got a lot of stories. And we get all way back again. Get all memory way back. Way back. When you fought for the country, for the people who use you and bring your back to public rescue. Who pass of laws are what they kill. It's very bad for our country. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Those 13 men, their relatives, some of their relatives are still around. They saw that. Yeah.
The person is people who in the fair bar. They say very stubborn. Look, it brought tears, man. Look, I don't want that. I don't know what the last person. He get their health to that, and he carry more bullets.
Yeah. The one in the blue trousers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He carry more bullets to die. When he say he's standing strong, and he's telling the bullet. But yet they say he's drowned. You brought the poor way back, do what you did to our country and to the grand genius. You better probably ready to.
All right, my sissy.
This was wrong. So, my son, thank you for the show.
Yeah. Thank you too. Thank you.
Shame on the man, my brother.
Thank you for everything, my sissy. Hello.
Hello, I'm Veronica Young, calling from Far West.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I want to ask that if they bury the other people, then what's about Barcon Matthew? Barcon Matthew is also get a persistent burial too. When they want to do burying business, Barcon Matthew.
Boaga ain't favor Barcon Matthew. Boaga reburied. He reburied. No, nah.
He was buried.
But Boaga made it clear. He said he worked with Tallboy, he worked with Joe. So that the people that the two presidents, slim presidents that he favor. That's the reason. So if you are not favored, then you are going to the other people that died too, and then rebury them.
Okay.
And he said he worked with Joe, he worked with Tallboy. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too.
Let's go this way and get this one. Hello. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Good evening, Sam Andrew. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Thank God. And you?
Yeah. Okay, Sam. You know, Liberia will learn. Liberians will learn. That's why nobody, people always say that before you take decision, never get angry. In your angry move, you speak. And that's why the Bible warns us, be fast to hear and slow to react. You know, when people were doing these things, Nathaniel McGay were begging for money and paying for children to go to school to learn. When George Weah has declared the University of Liberia free of charge, and that the children could go to school and acquire education, taking that money, putting it into education, people said it was wrong. When George Weah were paying for wax and even paying children transportation to go and take wax, people say, we send our children to high school, we can still pay a wax fee. But today, if we do a survey of our brothers and sisters that did not take wax this year, you will get to find out some of them were because of $60. They couldn't sit the wax. And so they took decision that was wrong. They took decision because of emotion. They take decision because me and you are living together. Me and Son Andrew living in the same slum community. Why will Son Andrew become assistant minister and build a house? For what reason? That was the decision some people voted for. Today, the money that's supposed to go to the University of Liberia so that our children will go to school and acquire better education is being taken for reburial. Today, the money that's supposed to feed our brothers and sisters is taken for different things. And let me just speak last thing on this, Sam Andrew, on this girl, what they say. Look, Sam Andrew, for me, that is not even politics. They let them dress the person with George Weah picture. Look, there's no way, Sam Andrew, George Weah will control the people that support him. Elections is about numbers. Whoever support you, that's it. Not because somebody support you so they might do wrong. There are people who kill their own children. Why they kill them? Because you think the law will say because the person born it has the right to kill them?
No.
George Weah did not get anybody drugs to sell, Sam. So that thing is it's just below the line. Let more I didn't put it out anywhere they want to put it. Let them put it there. I have a queen that killed Joshua.
Archie.
Have they prosecuted her? Amen. Let us stop this cheap politics. Liberia need a better reconciliation, not reburial. We need a better reconciliation. The president, the leadership of Liberia need to call a nation reconciliation. Reconcile the living before you reconcile with the dead.
Okay.
But can't be living. Don't reconcile with the dead, you reconcile with the dead. Thank you, my son, and God bless you.
Thank you so much for having your say too. Have a nice day in the United States. Let's come back to Liberia. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, is it Mr. Sam Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your show. Mr. Sam Andrew, this is our daddy's family. I joined your discussion for Omega Maki, the legacy of former president.
Yeah.
When I say the legacy of former president, more people can be 40 minutes, be arguing with me, but I don't get time for that. Mr. Sam Andrew, if you send the book, I was getting confused. The money that is on here, they are not using the money to develop the human resources of the country. You see, the last time it was reported that the labor minister took jobs and gave it to foreigner and alien Liberians out of jobs. Then the one that there that is going to take to develop the human resource of this country as the way Club Marine Weah is doing. You're not doing it, you're focusing on it there. You see, is that the country going to be the person in the country beyond? They are not developing the human resource of the country. The money is not being used to bury it there. What the benefit to the Liberian people in this country itself? What the benefit? You see how the country, how the poor middle country here? They work for people to be in the country to not learn when other people fighting to make people children to come up, put a crushing rock to have children to develop, then they go against one institution in this country because they're not able to do it. You see the kind of wickedness that are going on? They are jealous of other people, but they're taking the money to bury the dead. They're not able to open schools. At the way Club Marie Weah is doing, look at poor people children, they see that they graduated, they are the people from America, people from Europe. Then they're taking the money, using it all the time. Already they come out and say, when I get to the all the joy they give the money that already owe here that is so sick. So using all poor people children to develop the human resource, they're taking it again, using it all the time. My brother, that wicked and they put in the country. Y'all advising that wicked and they do it. We in the street there, we study. They don't even buy it. People market spoil, people being called bad, they're not buying it. No money. I don't know where they take the money, where they put the money. After the whole thing, they will say, you 50 million for.
All right, Chief. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Your point is well taken. Thank you. Musa Ability fulfilled his promise. The pickup, he promised the Clamary Foundation, City of Hope. He fulfilled that. They have the pickup. She confirmed receiving the pickup to enhance the work at the foundation, and thank Musa Ability, Representative Musa Ability, for the gesture. That's good. That's good. He fulfilled that. Where is my guy? Where's my guy? Where's my guy? I want to bring on my guy. We had a call. Well, let's go this way. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Lawson calling from Weah, Jakarta. Our president, Mr. Baka, you want to, because if tomorrow is a handicap, so you are read about 50 people. So he's trying to bring the Baptist people in that way. Just want to just they can't get people say they're into, but you want to bring people like grew up with, like we want to bring back in comment. You know what I'm saying, long time. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
You are on. Once I say hello, it means you're on. You're on the air.
Okay. Okay. My name is Peter Colley. I'm calling for Johnsonville. I want to just elaborate on the topic. You think who's of the serious country that got development or got money in their care to give it to all in Liberia here for now, for the worker time when we're taking the money to get buried day by day by day by day. Which are the countries we help on? The money they say that black people are suffering. You don't think they will say we enjoying that one we say we won't be buried all the day by day then have been dying before. So that's what I'm saying in the afternoon.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay. Thank you. You did extremely well. I appreciate all of you for spicing up the first lap of the show. Yes. So let me go this way. You did extremely well. Extremely well. I appreciate all of you for spicing up the first lap. Why is my guy? Is he around? They want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid, but we are not. We are not stupid. I want to get him. But before then, there's this Clatus Noah issue, so we can speak to Gabriel Mann, one of those who knows fully well this guy and what is unfolding. Good to have you on, Gabriel. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on here. You are on the air. You want to lower your radio?
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
You either lower your radio or cut it off.
Are you hearing me?
Yes. What is it? What is? I am getting you. I am getting you loud and clear.
If you hearing me now, I will just talk through. I wanted to speak to the issue of this Clatus barrier. Hello.
You are on. You say you will talk through, so just go on. You are on the air. I
hello, are
am
you
getting
there?
you. You are on the air. Just speak because you apparently you're
Okay,
not
so
getting the questions. So just speak.
on the issue of Clatus barrier, you spoke about Tozo, this guy King Tozo, who happens to be Clatus' brother, his mother's son. You know, Tozo, I think, is causing problem, or he has caused a serious problem. In the first place, Tozo did not complain to the government of Liberia about who killed his brother. To the best of my knowledge, Tozo wrote Eugene Namwe accusing Honorable Eugene Namwe of being responsible for his brother's death. It was Eugene Namwe who took that such an embarrassing text and put it to the public and asking the Liberian government to probe into Tozo's allegation against him. This is how it came about. But this is what I want Liberian people to know. Tozo accused Eugene Namwe of being responsible for Clatus' death. But then the same Tozo wrote another fellow who happens to be a friend of Clatus, telling this guy, embarrassing this guy and telling this guy that he's surprised at this guy's attitude. And quote, telling the guy, you of all person abandon Clatus. But what I want you to know is, now Clatus is dead. After Clatus, you are next. Now, the question is, you accusing Eugene Namwe of being responsible for Clatus' death, but you telling somebody that after Clatus, the person is next. We have the text. We have everything to prove. But you know, we shouldn't politicize Clatus' death the way it is. Clatus was a distant cousin of mine. And Clatus' death has taken so much hit on me to the extent that I don't even like to talk about Clatus anymore. Because every time the name Clatus is mentioned, I am hurt. But the way the guy who happens to be his mother's son is trying to take this issue is wrong. In the first place, let me tell you, Clatus' wife in Linda and Noah, when Clatus died on May 3rd, on the 4th, we all gathered at Clatus' house. One statement that Clatus' wife made was, look, I am Clatus' wife. I have the right to decide on what to do or about Clatus' body. But to be in all honesty, I cannot make any decision to the exclusion of Clatus' family. I will have to give them the respect, especially those who are in the diaspora. That's why this woman has been working with Clatus' older sister, one Mrs. Weah, I think Annie Weah, and some other relatives of his. One of them happens to be Mr. Manley, something like that. The woman is working with the people, but because of this King Noah's behavior, people are not taking different trends, and you know. But it is too much embarrassing. If King Noah, if Tozo thinks that somebody or people are responsible for his brother's death, let him leave the United States and come here to prove his case in court. Now, this is why Clatus is lying down in the funeral home and we can't dispose of his body. First of all, why the family had to keep Clatus at the funeral home, the time has elapsed. We should have buried Clatus either on his birthday, this gone on June 12th or on the 14th. We should have buried Clatus, but all the time Clatus is staying in Montreal. Who's responsible now for his? Who's responsible to pay the people? I hope the government will be able to, because they are having the body in that place, not the Noah's family. So King Tozo needs to come to Liberia to prove his case. He accused Eugene Namwe privately, and Eugene Namwe brought it to the public glare. Why must, if somebody kill your brother, you go tell the president in the country and say, oh my man, like you killed my brother, you should report it to the authority. So that's exactly what Eugene Namwe did. So we need that Tozo man, the government need to compel him to come to Liberia to prove his case. We are hurt. We want Clatus out of our way now. We want to bury him with honor. A lot of people around, tons of people around here waiting to hear what the outcome of this whole thing.
But the government isn't interested in that.
I feel her pain every day. In the first place, when the woman's husband died, she has no story to tell anybody. But people in the social media were blowing it all over. Everybody explaining what they know, how they think, how they feel. The woman does not know anything about how her husband died. Whether somebody killed her husband, whether her husband died from some kind of natural cause, the woman does not know. And why social media is taking control of the man's death?
The government isn't interested in what you say.
We must bury him with respect and honor. We must bury him in peace. We are hurt.
Thank you, sir.
Clatus' death is not what's going to solve your political problem in this country yet.
Sorry. You stay on? Oh, thank you so much, Gabriel, man, for that. Let's have this break. Let's take a recess. Let's have our man let's have our man pro tempering. Let's have our man pro tempering. So the King's support basket is on now, is open to you. You've been asking when you people will send the numbers, when you people will allow us to know, when you people, all of the question, all of the when has been answered. They send with +231 555 885 885. Mobile money, 0555 885 885. Orange 0777 017 885. Those are the numbers. Let's have this break with our guy. He wants to pro-tem. He wants to pro-tem. Let's have our guy pro-tempering. Okay. I think we got him. He wants to pro-tem. Martin Luther King said, never allow anybody to make you feel that you do not count. You must believe in yourself, that you are somebody, that you are significant, that you are resourceful. You must walk the streets of life every day with a sense of dignity and a sense of somebodyness. Let nobody make you think you are stupid, that you can be used by them at any time. No. That's true. And that's what the politicians like. Yeah. That's what the politicians like. That you look stupid, you think stupid. They toss you to and fro. And that will take us to one of the politicians who think the people are stupid, but they aren't, who think the people should not exercise their will before we go to the barrier. But let's talk. Let's talk the next reburial and burial. The president has taken on the posture to rebury. That's not a good sign, oh. It's not good at all. Playing with dead body or dancing in dead body stuff. It's not good at all. It's not a good sign for a country and people. It's not good at all. No. So let's go into the president's office and share with you what they have decided. The president's office. They are going to exhume reburied, memorialized, everything associated with it. Victims of the Civil War, Ebola, and COVID-19. Did you get it? The next memorialization, according to President Bwakai's office, it brings about national healing, reconciliation, and unity by honoring victims of the Civil War, Ebola, and COVID-19. That's what the president's office released. It said, in a continuation, meaning it is a process, the layout, in a continuation of his administration commitment to national unity and historical justice, Joseph Boakai Sr. will host a national healing, reconciliation, and unity program on Saturday, July 5th, at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Congo Town. The program follows the dignified and historic reburial ceremonies of two of Liberia's former leaders, President William Richard Talbot Jr. and President Samuel Kyan Doe Sr., whose lives were lost during periods of national unrest. His office went further to say these ceremonies, being held in June and July, mark a critical step in the Boakai's administration's broader effort to foster national healing from the painful chapters of Liberia's past. So they're going to have honor victims of the Civil War, all the people, all those who die, all those that which our were under the ground, in a seal, in a river, remain in a trio. Boakai office say he's going to honor them. Not only that, but all the people that fell victim to Ebola and COVID-19, or the people who died in the period of COVID-19 and Ebola, we're going to honor them. That's what it said. I'm in the president's office. It said President Boakai to host national healing, reconciliation, and unity program for honoring victims, honoring victims of Civil War, Ebola, and COVID-19. It will take place on Saturday, this Saturday, at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. Listen, what more? All of you who put emotion, stay putting emotion, you ain't understand the concept yet. When you have nothing, you are visionless, you become busy beetle unnecessarily. Being busy beetle unnecessarily, it simply means you're acting like you're busy, but you're doing nothing necessary. You're just running all over the place. This is it. After this, you'll hear another one. Because, listen, you like it or not, we entitled to our opinion. We are citizens of this country. Unity Party people are not the only citizens. They are not the only quote-unquote holy ones as they see themselves. President Boakai is either no busy or less busy, visionless. If he will ever have vision, it's vision on going after people with that vindictive instinct. No sound, real president will waste time on all these things from reburial to reburial, honoring victims, honoring people who honoring dead of Ebola, COVID-19. What kind of thing is this? But at the rescue now, everything yesterday that got presidential recognition, you people were condemning it. It didn't make sense to y'all. This one doesn't make sense to us. The president is less basic. Let me tell you, he's less basic. Any visionary person, anybody who has a clear understanding of what he wants to do, a president will not engage in this thing. Even if he did once, finish. He's just going from dead body thing to dead body thing, dead body thing to dead body thing. That thing can even bring curse on yourself and on the very country, because you're just dancing in bodies. You know, you're not understanding the spiritual implication. You know what God even warned that have nothing to do with the dead. Don't go to do that. Don't go to do that. All the things. You know, everything that God said has an implication. That's why he avoided, so that it will not come upon you and upon the nation. You're just comfortable playing with dead things, with reburial days, reburial that. The president is just less basic. They just try to put him in a situation and say, oh, they see him as somebody they can toss to and fro. And that's what they're doing to him. Significant issue or issues that you need to talk about, that even people in opposition will say, yeah, the president doing this, the president is working. It will take us nothing to acknowledge significant gains if Buakai is doing it. Because we are citizens, he is the president. Mr. President, in my opinion, and it is the reality, is less busy. Just dancing in dead body atmosphere. 1 year, 6, 7, 8 months, nothing significant to show. To use the remaining months to say, let's do this, so that people know you're using that time running after people with grudge. You won't see them in jail. Then you just moving from body to body. You say you're reburying. Now you're coming to honor victims. You know why you Christian? You're the Liberal Council of Churches. You're sitting there, you say you're men of God, women of God. All of us are Christians. But anyway, not everybody reads the Bible. The Bible forbids honoring the dead. Is there from Genesis all the way. And every line that you see, the curse is associated with it. Liberal Council of Churches, they were there. And they stay there. And other pastors go there. When Mr. President has religious people in his office using the word honoring victims, whether you say victim, but that is saying that dead. And God say it is wrong. So the Christian now, you want to say Mr. President, except that you're taking it in a way, in your own opinion. But if you are a Christian, which you are, and you believe the Bible and God and have fear of God, he forbids honoring the dead. And Mr. President, these are some of the lines from the Bible. Won't you mind reading them? The reason the president appoints people of various of different areas based on specialties, so that they will advise him or her appropriately. That is the essence of appointing this person as advisor to the president, person as advisor. That's why they use the word advisor. When there is a problem, the media person will go and say, Mr. President, it is not timely that you address the media. You want to hold on to the address. Or, Mr. President, given the severity of the situation, given the suspicion that surrounds it, given what people are saying and how it is moving, you need to address the nation, or you need to address the media. And we can do a script in 10, 15 minutes. The media people, just that's what they for. The medical people, when they observe something, they say, Mr. President, you cannot travel out of the country, even though your itinerary say at this point in time, you should be in this country. But given our examination, you cannot. You please cancel it or designate somebody. That's the essence. But all of those things are all frivolous stuff, because the president is the imperial god, and everybody wants to protect and be seen. So whatever the president says, that's why they go back. And that's how our system is so bad off. You honoring the dead. Then when things start to happen to the country now, then they say, oh, the other person doing it. Everything on earth has its own spiritual implication. When you are dancing in dead atmosphere, you are evoking the presence. You are evoking evil spirits. You are conjuring. You're bringing upon yourself and upon that house or country a curse. Because the spiritual implication is simply that God is spirit. God cannot be seen. And if you did what God forbids by defiance, then he comes in to punish, as we see in the Bible. You're comfortable. You're only looking at it from a political standpoint. All of you people, how empty you people are. You say you're Christians. But you see that what power does. Power erodes, it blindfolds. You honoring dead to get political relevance, or to give people the impression that, yeah, you are a visionary president, so you're doing the right thing. But they're not telling you, the religious people that are around you, they're not telling you by their specialty that, oh, Mr. President, you need to slow down, because the more you dance in this thing, there is a curse. God punishes people for that. When things start to happen to this country, even the very government, when God starts to punish people within, all kinds of things start happening. You wouldn't know. The next thing, you will put it on opposition. You'll say that opposition doing it, because 99.9% of you people in government, you're carnal. Meaning, you ain't know one verse in the Bible. All you know, you can go to church on Sunday, and you're going to church in political garment. You playing in the dead atmosphere. You know what Jesus told the man in Matthew 9? He said, let the dead bury the dead. You know what? Oh, come on. He said it on purpose. And that's the same thing I'm telling you. That it doesn't make sense. You might get affected from it. You will be evoking. That's why when you go to the place, you go to the grave, what you're going to do? And you start speaking. You say you're speaking to the dead. When you are at the grave and speaking to the dead, which is a mental deficiency, but in yourself, in your normal self, you think you are doing something right, but you evoking because you believe it has power. You believe that dead has life. You believe the dead can hear. And this is where God gets vexed, because you now, when you're doing that, you're now saying that the dead has power, the dead is alive, and it is your deity. That God is irrelevant, that God does not have the power. That's what it means. That's what they call spiritism. It's called spiritism. Speaking to the dead, believing the dead has power, believing the dead yet. That is what they call honoring. Honoring, to honor in whatever context they're using it, and I'm using it in a spiritual context, which they ought to know. It means they evoking. What's going to happen? You who stand over that grave speaking, that the demons getting in you. That's why when you see people who do that, most people have died from it. Most people have gone mental. They got mental problem. Different things happen to people in the house. They can't understand why things are happening the way they happen. Mysterious. They will experience mysterious death. The people will lose their job. All kinds of things. Then they start running from one prayer band to another. And the pastor too, because he too so obsessed with getting the cash, will say, oh, you will make it worse. He say, oh, that is. Without people honor this ground because of that. People house, they had to call great men of God to go and pray. Consecrate the house before. They go to bed, they start hearing strange sounds. Feet sound in the house. Or some of the members in the house can't sleep good, start having terrible dreams, bad dreams. It's because somebody at the graveside went to speak to the dead as they claim the dead, yes, believe, and took that demon with them. It can affect a person. It is true. It is real. It's in the Bible. If you are a Christian, you see that's why God said, don't do it. That's the reason. Two reasons. It will affect you and God himself will punish you. That's why people who know that when they bury, finish, bam, they don't even bother to go there again. Once you go to honor the dead, it finish. Terrible things start happening. You're taking it for a joke. Power blindfolds. Power makes you to think that what you're doing is right. And some things may not be right for you to do. Honoring, you're honoring victim. You honor their body. You honor their body, Samuel Do. You honor their body, Nesse Do. You honor their body, Toba. You're going to honor dead bodies from the Ebola time, COVID-19. What sense does that make? People who die, where look at that kind of thing here. Honoring. It's a honoring victims of the Civil War. The next thing Weah will move to is to honor the people who brought war into this country. He will honor them and congratulate them for bringing war in the country, for killing people. What's the essence of the thing? How is it a reconciliation? Thousands of people. So you want to do it this way, Mr. President, let your people tell you. And you open a memorial, you can do the same. All of the victims from the 1990 Civil War all the way to World War I, II, III, Ebola, COVID-19, as you said, then you can do a memorial wall. So people will see They will go there and say, oh, who was killed in 1990, his name, there. Just as we see in other countries, you can build a memorial wall. Where you get the names from? What is that? It's a fun fair. And I know you Unity Party people support that because that's your government now. That's your president. So everything is right. Anything in our culture, in the African culture, anything the president does is right. Anything the president thinks is okay. Everybody flows along. And that is purely hypocrisy. That's why most African leaders don't end well. Most of them, they end in disaster or their life is off. Because they allow themselves to be carried away by the crowd. They are excited. Honoring victims of the war, Ebola, COVID-19. That's it there. That is you got really, man, turn the atmosphere into when terrible things start happening to this country. You don't put it on opposition. You don't put it on opposition. Terrible when terrible things start happening in the realm. You don't put it. You ask other countries that were engaged into these kinds of things what happened when terrible things start happening in the realm in this country. You don't say that the opposition doing that. You must soon think quickly and say, oh, this is what was done at this time. This was done at this time. It's now coming back to us. Things that you do, especially like that, it can haunt you. That's the spiritual implication. You're just dancing in their body, dancing in their body. You're getting the political recognition and praises from it, but you're not understanding because you just go and sit down there and you say you deacon, and the other people around, they say the Christian, they know nothing, all they know that the Christian. That's why God said, there's one thing to say you are Christian, there's another thing to know the word of God. Because when you know the word of God, then you know what to do and what not to do if you are a Christian. Why it is true that this is a secular state. But you as the leader, there are certain things you just can't do. Even if it is in your power to do. You're just dancing in their body atmosphere from one end to another, from one end to another. You're less busy. I'm not missing my words on this. Boaka less busy. Boaka ain't get nothing good to do. I see what people can say when you go to the mansion, you say, I'm a few hours, you're going to sleep. So when the people come with these things now, you just approve them. Then when you get us out on Sunday, having say we'll build this country. You ain't got nothing, you're less busy. You can sit down for 3, 4, 5 hours in office. Yesterday, they said their colleague, his predecessor, could not think independently. He could not sit down in office for 1 hour. You were running all around. You had Dillon there. Shame now what a taciturn said. Sorry. But actually, the way Dillon was so vocal, you could see that grudge that here Dillon has, and he still has it for Weah. You see the way he used to talk to Weah. Now, look at his own man, Boaka. Boaka has made shame. The only thing he threw out their body, going after people, doing all kinds of things, turn the country into a better atmosphere. The legislature is at the will and pleasure of President Boaka. The judiciary, the two branches of government, they are no longer independent again. Look what he said when he appointed Justice Yamin Gbese. He told the Senate to move quickly to confirm. And truly, they were moved to confirm. Gbese, they're not independent. They don't do anything independent. You know why? Because say they should move quickly to confirm Yamin busy. They will do it. They will do it because the legislature works at the will and pleasure of the president. The judicial system or the judiciary works at the will and pleasure of the president. Even though the Constitution said 3 separate but coordinate branches of government, as far as the executive concerned, there's nothing called 3 separate branches. We decide what we want. Your flow at our will and pleasure. Didn't the speaker say it? And he said he regimes speaker. Anything the president wants, it will happen. And you see the legislature now. You see the leadership of the legislature. And you see the leadership of the Senate. What do you have? You see any independence at that Senate? Any independence at the House of Representatives? That legislature as a whole. You see independence there? Too pathetic, man. Too pathetic. That's it. Y'all be burying, yeah? Be honoring dead, honoring dead, honoring dead. Honoring dead, honoring dead. All day, honoring dead, honoring dead. But I ain't got nothing much to do. Less basic. Yesterday, you people were condemning to the core 24/7 your predecessor. He not days, he get today, he let PC, he no day, he traveling all over the country, using the country money. Yeah, Boaka here today. You know how many dollars, almost $1 million, if not million dollars they have put in these reburials. Would they report to the country how many dollars they spend? Would they get any financial report? No. But Boaka all over the place, corruption days, we read people of days, going after other people when corruption is rest under his feet. He sanctioned corruption. You know what it means? Oh, that state resources, that government, that the country money. You sitting on the market table, the Indian man in his store, the people go to collect their money. You on the other side, the back riders, everybody, all those business people, the money that you pay as taxes, hold they closing people's stores here and there. These few days, they were all over the place, everywhere, closing centers. And may I remind you, the Prince store, United Party representative, they shut down his place. He had been evading taxes for ever so long. But he will not come on Facebook to read. But when he read it, he will go to PSP Park. He say he's going to tell his colleagues, Weah must show how he paid the PSP Park and where the money coming from. Only to realize that his own business he running, he had been evading taxes. Yeah, the whole day they were on Weah back. That legislature, especially the Senate 24/7, they're saying all kinds of things. And Dillon said, thank you, we rescued the country from the hands of George Weah and his gangs. What do we see today? Don't we see Boaka and his gangs? NIA? But gang me your associate now. That was Dillon man. That was Dillon man. When he said, thank God, we rescue this country from Weah and his gangs. NIA? Simple. That's what it means. So what you have Boaka and his gangs.
Ajibana was there when the president, unconstitutional, anything the president says and wants, they give it to him. It comes across as though these are some of the people who say that I'm a business to advise the man. They move for that. But who's advising this president? I'm speaking as senator of this county. The drug to be in because whenever they punish the people importing drugs, producing drugs, doing mass production, we punish the users may be victims, but they are also violating the law. We punish you by law. We say the central president there, the central president will do rehabilitation there.
Okay, this is it.
We give God a glory for the difference of the rescue mission to rescue this country from the hands of the outgoing Weah regime and his gang. We look forward to.
And you understood it? You got it? He said, thank God we rescue this country from Weah and his gangs. Listen carefully. Today, what we have Bwakai and his gangs. We have Bwakai and his gangs of looters. Look how they are pillaging the resources of this country. Look what came out the GAC report from 2024. Not 2017 when we were there, not 2018. 2024, the Bwaka time. More than over 100 million United States dollars in the short period, that legislature. But yesterday, this Taciton was on Weah back 24/7. Today, he's closed mouth. He can't talk, nothing, because he's enjoying the money more and more. He's getting rich every day. Before 2029, this country, nothing will lead there. All these guys will get rich the same way. And let me tell you, look, you realize yourself. Whatever they're doing now, and they're following after people, that's how this country will be for the next 20, 25, 50 years. Until one day, God will just get vexed and just put something in Liberia, everybody will come to the sense and they will stop. Because you know what? It will be grush now. Everybody, the next group that will come in, they will be moving from place to place. They will send people to jail for 50 years. They will, all kinds of things. People will just be paying grush. And that one led to 1990.
From the hands of the outgoing Weah regime and his gang, we look forward to rescue this country from the hands of the outgoing Weah regime and his gang, to rescue this country from the hands of the outgoing Weah regime and his gang, to rescue this country from the hands of the outgoing Weah regime and his gang. We look forward to a very God glory for the difference of the rescue mission to rescue this country from the hands of the outgoing Weah regime and his gang. We look forward to a very prospective, positive 2024.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang.
That Weah, he was referring to that Weah, in Weah time, in the legislature. But I like how Gray responded to him.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a board. Legislatively, he's a board. Legislatively, he's a board.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a board. Legislatively, he's a board. Legislatively, he's a board.
So how can you describe now? What you see is the same thing. In the legislature, he used to refer to his CDC colleagues as spineless. Today, does he have the spine to speak against anything? He's muted. He dare say anything, Bwaka will start to marginalize him. Or just call Yombli Kanga and say X, Y, Z, and that's it. Everything about this country is just envy, hate, jealousy. What do you see happening? Look at his president. And in those gatherings, none of them can show anything significant that their president has done since his ascendancy. But he sits over there just going after people. They will bring this list to him and say, Mr. President, we need to do this. You know the people, they did this. And then they go after them. Then he will approve it. That's how you see all of these things happening. What are you leading the country to? What the government is achieving. People lying all over the place. Oh, from here to Grange there, we some more 3 hours. Now we can take less than 30 minutes. You can build. Can you do a stretch of road? I don't know the measurement or so, but in less than a year or a year? No. That's why Ellen left a number of roads unfinished. We are left a number of roads unfinished. Bwaka can never do anything significant holistically in 6 years. There are a number he will leave unfinished. Yeah, the yellow machines there. They're just creating diversionary tactics, but it's good. It's good for the opposition. It is good. They're doing it against themselves. It is good. Time is gradually dying away. They don't have much time again. As I've always told you, they're not going to do anything significant from now until 2029. They will use the same rhetorics. Oh, we're unable to do that because of this, because of that. They'll be using those excuses as justification why you should give them a second term. 6 years, my people, I've always told you, don't be afraid. Don't be frightened. Don't live with that mental illusion. Don't put anything. Don't bring yourself down. 6 years, not long. No. 6 years, not long. Just yesterday, we're saying, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Where we are today, we headed to the end of this year going into next year. And I told you from my experience, from my observation, what I've known about election in this country. The National Elections Commission start preparing in the 3rd year. That's 6 years. The National Elections Commission don't wait the year before. The year told the election to prepare. They start preparing in the 3rd year. We're going into the 3rd. That 2023, 2024, 2025. Next year will be 2026. You go ask David Eto Brown, who is the chair of the National Elections Commission, or ask anybody over there. What have they started doing now? They've started putting their bits and pieces together for 2029. Don't bring yourself down psychologically. Don't bore yourself and think that 6 years long. 6 years ain't long. We're getting there. The only thing every day, pray, God help me to see the next day. When you get in a day, Lord, thank you for taking me from yesterday and brought me into this day. Help me to see the next day. And as you do it, God will take you all the way to 2029 and you will see everything. Don't panic yourself. Don't get jittered. Don't worry. Don't be saying to yourself, oh, 2029 far, 2029 far. We know. It's far, but it is not far. They know that very well. Why you think the people doing all of these things? You think the people don't sit down and really think? You think they get sit down on the table to calculate? You think they know that time not in their favor? You think they know that they eat up most of their time from 2023 all the way to today's date on things that are just not necessary? Who told you they know? They are educated people. Who told you that they don't know that they can do anything significant within these 3 years? Because I consider it 3 years. July is the 7th month. How long was we getting in August? And then we're talking about 2026. Let's all pray for long life. We're getting 2026 and see whether the National Elections Commission, you will not start hearing, neck getting ready. If you hear it, never ever believe me. Never ever call me a journalist. Say, even if you say that man a large journalist, that man a this, that man a that, I will say yeah. But I will tell you, you will come and tell me because you will start hearing it. As they were at Brown Lasana, they have started putting their bits and pieces together. You think they know? I don't get jitter. Nothing. Let him be running all around from their body place to their body place. Let him be running around. Saying he the chief for dead body and reburial and funeral. Then you know that time going. I see you. Thank you all. So again, before we go, King's support basket. Just a reminder, you've started. Thank you. But let's continue to do it. Let's step it up. The send wave +231 555 885 885. The mobile money, the local mobile money 0555 885 885. For Orange 0777 017 885. That's it. So the news is on at 6, and then at 6:50, CDC Hour with Isiaka Sheriff, and at 8 o'clock, Face the Issues with Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah. You don't want to miss it. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.